Okay, so I can't see shit right now, so you're gonna have to tell me when.
Okay.
All right, we've got.
That's good, buddy.
We got audio. All right, I'm gonna go pee really quick.
Are we live?
We're live. And
So if I say "fuck my world," people will hear me.
Yep. That's all right. Don't worry about it. No one tunes in right away.
Nobody knows. Hey man, fucking criminal. I don't want shit to talk about this week.
Do top lists.
I know.
That's why people like them.
I like them. I like them.
We got viewers. We'll make sure they tune in. It's fine.
I like them. The one you got. We land in barren fields on the Arizona plains.
We'll just do that. One of the spoken word misfit songs.
The insemination of little girls in the middle of our wet dreams.
All right, I'm gonna put some water in here.
Oh, you're like ready to go, dude.
I'm not putting much in, but I'm interested to see how that pours. Did you ever use one of them?
No.
It'll pour like a drop at a time.
I'm hoping. I'm fucking hoping, dude.
What's he gonna do if I just try it?
Yeah, you can always. I don't know what to say about that.
Maybe I had a heavy hand. We have one viewer.
Who do we got? Who's on here?
Who daddy?
Who dat?
Who dat dude?
Who dat dude? I bet you it's Al.
I bet you it's Shannon.
Oh, I bet you it is. All right, I'm gonna try to be not as heavy-handed.
Okay. It's tough because it's got like a.
I think if we put maybe more water.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Who is it?
Oh!
Right.
We're trying to get good at pouring the water.
I was right. I'll win.
You win. It's Shannon.
Shannon wins. Hi.
I win.
She's adorable.
I win. She is adorable.
Totes adorbs.
The most perfect person in the world.
I'm right here.
We gotta do some mic checks.
Wow.
What? Did you tell Rick?
No. I gotta go share it to 1,400 places.
Pardon me?
You text Rick.
Oh, well, what are you saying?
I'm sharing it to places upon places upon places.
Why did you say wow is what I want to know.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
He
Zowie.
said wow. And I
Oh.
said wow back.
Wow.
Wow. Like, holy cow, guys.
Holy cow, guys.
Yeah, you want to pop in front of that mic and just do a quick mic check?
Shut
No,
up!
it's not on yet.
Oh, God. No, jeez.
Okay, it's on now.
Hi. This is a microphone check. 1 2 1 2.
We land in barren fields in Arizona plains.
This is a microphone test. 1 2
With attitude.
3 4.
Can't believe what you say to me. Jeez.
Jeez.
Hi. This is a microphone check. 1 2 1 2.
We land in barren fields in Arizona plains. That was good.
This is a microphone test. 1
With attitude.
2 3 4.
The one you got.
Oh, baby, attitude.
It's a baby attitude.
Okay, so I shared it on the Facebook. It is there, and I said, hello, everybody.
Okay, come on, come watch our show. You know
What are you?
Ooh,
Did I get some on the table?
You
Yes.
Did I really?
Yes.
God, this is fine linen.
did.
It's fine
It's
linen.
made of fine linens. How bad was it? You guys.
I like linen.
John Lennon.
John Lennon. I like linen. I like anything. I like flax. I like flax seed. I like linseed oil. I like linen.
I like flax jackets.
Flax jackets. There's a good band name, the Flax Jackets.
Okay, seriously, does anyone know who Eustace Elwood is yet?
No,
Elwood.
no.
Why? Who's that person?
I have no idea.
What are they here?
No, they followed me and Jason on Facebook plus the Keats Country page. So it's somebody we know.
They're also friends with Steve Lahaki.
Yeah.
That's why
It's not someone I know. They didn't follow me.
So it's somebody who doesn't like Mike. Boy, that narrows it down.
That narrows it down to everybody.
Right.
Hey, Shannon, if you're listening, what do you want us to talk about? There we go. We'll get some suggestions now.
The one you got. Oh, baby, I do.
Over the hill.
This we're episode 40.
I got you.
We're old.
It's sometimes I think it's dangerous to name the episodes before they're done.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can always change it. It's not
You
big
can.
deal.
We should tell Kevin Smith that we're going to do his not Kevin Smith. We're going to talk to him too later. But we should tell Kevin Siegel that we're going to do 42 at 42. Because I thought that was a
Okay,
good
we got a
suggestion.
suggestion. What's it say?
I hate making decisions. Why would you think I could actually come up with an answer?
That's not good enough. Try again. But be better.
Try again. Try harder.
Are you going to sit right there? Because I can just move this in front of you.
Well, yeah.
Listen, I don't want the attitude, okay? I don't want your fucking attitude. Oh. Okay.
Yeet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get the show on the boat. The later I drink, the worse it is for my surgery.
Let's get this boat on the show.
Is that like tomorrow?
Well,
No, it's 2 days from now.
tomorrow's the day that I'm not supposed to drink, so.
We'll be done well before midnight.
After midnight.
I turn into a gremlin anyways.
Yeah.
We're gonna let it all hang
I'm gonna get you
now.
wet anyway.
You threatening me with a good time right now?
That's
Yeah.
a Gremlins reference.
Don't get me
James.
wet
Oh.
after midnight.
I was hoping for like something raunchy there.
No,
I think
the
that's
movie-
what happened.
The movie Gremlins is all about innuendo.
It is innuendo. Have you ever seen that, Jay?
Gremlins?
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Oh, you'd have to.
Yeah,
That's like one of my holiday go-tos.
Hell
It
yeah.
hasn't been a staple.
Spoiler alert, one of our top 3 lists, top 3 holiday movies, so
Oh.
start thinking about it.
Duh, that's easy. Okay, I think I'm ready enough. I can start taking the notes.
But we got 4 viewers, so we're
Oh, 4 viewers.
when we're ready to hit that record button. We'll hit record. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Bars out here.
Let's do it.
So we're looking for endorsements from Voss, Hershey's,
Lefroy.
Lefroy,
Lafrig.
Browning High Power,
And I wouldn't be upset if we had a
Doritos.
All right.
You guys ready? Get your
Were you going to point to something over here and say something a minute ago?
The French frog found fish
No.
with his friends. The French frog found fish with his friends.
Wow. French frogs don't have any friends.
shaped feet.
They don't have friends.
All right, you guys ready?
French
and we're
frogs.
going live in 3, 2.
What's going on, everyone? It's Jay from the Wednesday Night Whiskey Committee here with another episode. This week, before we get started, as we always do, let's present the committee. Like I said, my name is Jay. Across the table from me, the bearded one, the Red Warlock. I'm skipping it up this time.
You are.
I'm changing it up.
I like
The
it.
Professor, the man who would make me feel inferior as a sight-reading musician. That was parking
And that's
lot.
bad.
That was parking lot conversation.
It was.
Co-host and co-founder, John J. Feathers.
Hello and good evening.
And to my left, you're over here. The sexiest man alive. Like, I've seen him walk around in his underwear. It's a fantastic.
He looks good
sight.
in those plaid
He does.
pants.
Yeah.
He can't fight the plaid.
You can't fight
No,
the plaid.
bad
dude.
and plaid, man.
Bad and plaid.
Mr. Handsome. Did I ever say handsome? Look, he's blushing.
It's a handsome
Nope.
man.
He's handsome. Man.
Sunburn. I was at the beach today.
Were you really?
No.
The surgical warrior himself.
He is.
Well, not yet. I haven't conquered anything yet.
Co-host and co-founder Michael J. Covino.
How's everybody doing tonight?
I said, "What's up, y'all?" Let's and like I said, we glad to be here again for another week of shenanigans as this episode's probably going to turn out to be. We don't have much of a script to go off of.
None, pretty much.
Let's present arms. As always, this week I am presenting the TSUS BR9 high power clone, and as you can see,
It's sexy.
it is, and it is also
It's
better
clear.
than deodorant.
It's
clear.
It's clear. And it's sexy. Speaking of sexy, I am presenting the one, the only,
It's true.
the Browning High Power Classic Mark III. And as you can see,
It is sexy.
it is sexy and clear for takeoff.
I am presenting Dan Wesson 44, and as you can see,
Ooh,
Spinning clear.
spinning clear.
spinning clear.
Yeah, buddy.
Mike has the best spins.
I really do.
I mean, if I
You're
was,
better than that guy from Dead or Alive.
Yeah,
if I was
that's
going to
true.
make a mention of most honorable spin, how can you not?
Yeah.
Look out, world. MJC in the house.
That's me.
Right.
Got that
That's
spoon.
That's right.
So let's move on to the meat and the minutes here.
The meat and the minutes.
The meat and the potatoes.
Meat and taters.
This was what happened. Meat and tater. What you doing with them minutes?
Move on to the meat. More meat. More meat.
We got the meats.
Meat
So
sweats.
my first note here is
I want to read this again.
this is Mikey's last episode for a little bit
Yeah,
until
that
he
sucks.
recovers from surgery.
He's gonna own that surgery though.
He is.
I hope so.
Last week he did give us his blessing. We are going to do a few episodes without him until he is able to be rejoining us. Hopefully, at most, I want to say at least 2 weeks. Hopefully, at best,
Maybe even one episode, maybe two.
maybe two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're hoping and holding out that he can get back up on his feet here, or rather in a sitting position.
Yes. Yeah, we don't even need him on his feet. Just
He
his
can lay down
ass.
the whole
I could
time.
lay down. It's drinking scotch laying down.
That
Wasn't
might
too strong,
yeah.
know.
Give me a straw.
How
How about an IV? We'll just get you an
Do
IV.
that, yeah.
So we do wish Mikey. We wish you the best,
Thanks.
and hope
Absolutely.
that everything goes 100% a-okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So in Mikey's absence, the next
Wait, hold on. Before you move on,
what up?
if you're listening to this in the future and I've died, please do not look under the tree in my backyard. There is no gold buried there. I will promise you, you will find nothing. Thank you.
And delete his browser history.
That's right.
So since Mikey will be out of commission for a show or so, we will be having Punisher Dane come on the show.
That's right, man.
He's going to be bringing some tastiness for us that we're looking forward to sampling.
I think that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Punisher Dane's always a lot of fun.
The man is an experience.
Oh, we love him, man.
And the following week, we will have the fourth and not so silent member of the Wednesday Night Whiskey Committee.
Which, by the way,
Yeah,
we're getting there.
we're getting there. Al Scarton will be on the show again, and he's already informed us he's purchased a bottle that came recommended to us by Patreon member Mario Ciccarelli.
That's right. That's right.
Thanks, Rick. I like the nickname. Sorry.
Say what he says.
Where are
So
you from?
we haven't decided what we're going to do yet for these episodes, but we are going to get there. And also for that episode, that will be episode 42. We were given a discussion topic for this evening's episode from Whisketeer Kevin Siegel, but we decided to table it because that will be episode 42. So we will be discussing the relevance of 42.
Relevance or the relevance. It doesn't
Relevance,
really matter.
relevance.
Relevance.
Look, we know that I didn't get here because I'm an excellent speaker.
But you are an excellent speller.
Our Christmas giveaway is underway. What that means is I've started to buy a little pony bottle, so to speak, of some of the scotches that are available to us, and we're going to put together a little basket, and we are going to be doing some drams for Christmas. So,
My Little Pony Club.
yeah, man, we're going to have a little scotch club. I haven't figured out what we're going to do yet, but we'll figure it out, and we'll pick names and have a little event, and we're going to give you guys some scotch because we're just that kind of guys.
The bottles won't even be empty when you get them.
There'll actually be something in it.
What?
What? I know. I
Did I
know.
not tell
Oh,
you?
yeah,
He
we were
told
going to
me.
color it. That's right.
Yeah,
He told me
it's
about
just tea
The
and
colored
food
water.
color. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
They're good.
We got that, what do they call it? What's that garbage Canadian whiskey?
All of them.
All of it.
Windsor, was that it?
Well,
You know what? I'll fight you on that one. Like, out of all the crap that we've tasted, at least the Windsor was like, oh, okay. Like everything else.
Like we could put what's that? Alana Miles, Black Velvet. We could put
there
like
it is.
Black Velvet in it.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, to give away. We're gonna drink the good
Well, it's not
stuff.
Scotch,
No, what he's saying is we empty the scotch into our mouths and
Right.
then we pour the black velvet into the scotch bottle.
but you will be receiving a bottle of Chivas Regal.
Right.
Complimentary of us. So look for that. We're gonna hopefully have a cool idea or some kind of contest to go with it, to try to drum up a little bit of awareness. So stay tuned for that. We are going to be doing those. And I know that for those of you who this may be your first time tuning in, I don't know if you know this or not, but we have social media. We have a Facebook,
What?
which we're live broadcasting right now. We have a Twitter, which the link was posted. We have an Instagram, which, fuck that. We have an email. I've earned the E already. That's fine. We have some Reddit page, which, hey,
I know, that's awesome.
we're live on Reddit right now as well. We have, what did I say? We have Redbubble.
YouTube.
We do. We're broadcasting live on
Right
YouTube
now.
Right now, this is where we are, the home of the Wednesday Night Whiskey Committee YouTube.
Hopefully you watched the tasting video either tonight or yesterday.
Yep, brand new one posted this evening. It's about 7 o'clock for the Glenmorangie.
Glenmorangie.
I'm not gonna lie, he was forcing me all through sheets before we got here. You better say it right. I'm gonna smack the crap out of you. And we have a Redbubble. There you go. What that means is you can go buy some fresh ass swag from the Wednesday Night Whiskey Committee. We had a few sales this week. Redbubble is going crazy with the deals. They're pretty much every day offering some sort of percentage off. I think today's right now ends at midnight, 25% off. So what are you waiting for? Go get yourself some.
That's a good deal of savings, 25%.
Yeah, and I mean, and I have bought 3 or 2 of those shirts for my own use, and they're not cheap, and it reflects it too. Like, it's a good shirt.
They're good quality shirts.
Yeah, like I've washed it a bunch of times. The logo's not fading. It's good stuff.
I got a new design that I'm going to post.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
like a cool one. It's stupid, but it's going up.
I think
Sweet.
we've actually got a couple new designs in the works.
Yeah, we've been seeing the test strips from Amy's artwork page. It's been looking pretty good. She's doing some tweaks to it. Can't wait for that. So like I said, you can check out Redbubble. We have stuff there. Please buy it. We also have a Patreon account, which, guys, I don't know if you know what that is.
I think I know what it is, but I don't know how to spell it.
Well, it's easy enough to get there. You go to www.patreon.com and / Wednesday Night Whiskey. You will find us. I swear, you can sign up to give us a donation per episode. Basically, if you want to throw down $1 an episode, awesome. You want to throw down $2, even better. Hey, you want to be a champ? You donate $5, you get to pick the show.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's we've got some.
And Mike will give you a massage.
with his
Absolutely.
brand new spine.
Yep, brand new spine massage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, it's just going to be with the bits that they take.
It's
off.
going to be, he's
spine
going to rub the
shavings.
spine shavings
No big
on,
deal.
on you.
So
I think Patreon should hire you, by the way.
you think? Maybe I can
Nobody spells it quite like you.
Hey, I do what I can. We also have a coffee website, which honestly I think I'm about dropping because we haven't had a sniff on that baby. But hey, if you're into coffee or the imagination version of coffee, you can send us a cup of coffee at ko-fi.com. That gives us, I think it's $3, and we will use that towards the purchases of all the things that we have to do. And also, we have a
PayPal.
PayPal. You can email us directly, which hey, that's even better.
That's
no
good.
middleman. There's no paper trail. You just send me that money,
That's right.
and we will put it to good use. I swear. So I think with that brings an end to my meat and potatoes, so to speak. We are going to turn the floor over to the professor himself because
Thus ends the meat sweats.
thus ends the meat sweats. We are moving on to the whiskey for this evening. It is another brand new bottle, and it is also another one of those Game of Thrones bottles.
The whiskey sweats.
Yeah. So, Jason.
All right. This evening's whiskey will be the Singleton Speyside Single Malt Scotch Whiskey. Now, as Jay has alluded to, what we will be drinking this evening is the Game of Thrones edition, which I'm pretty sure is slightly different than what you're going to get if you just get the Singleton. It should be.
If I may, real quick. Sorry. We did the Game of Thrones Dalwhinnie last week, and it was fantastic.
Yes.
It
So
was really good.
Don't shy away from it because it's a special edition bottle.
It is a high bar so far.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, it's definitely a high bar. So hey, sure, I remember where I was. A little bit about the Singleton here. The Singleton is actually a threesome of single malts, each with a growing family of expressions around a core 12-year-old. So they actually market 3 single malts all under the name of the Singleton, which I would think you would call them the threesome, but
Or the Thringleton.
or the Menage
Hey,
single.
This is a family show.
The single,
Motherfucker.
Chris Thringle.
right?
Who?
That's a Christmas reference.
Oh.
Yeah.
Get those.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the first to be marketed was the Singleton of Glen Ord, Diageo's green grassy malt from the Black Isle, which was initially only released in Asia. Then there were 2 space sides that followed. The Singleton of Glendullan, which is what we have based upon tonight, which is a fruity, grassy space side. And that was released in the U.S. and Canada. And the Singleton of Dufftown, which is nutty and spicy, just like Mike Gavino.
Yeah, that's whoop whoop.
Which was released initially just in Europe. But today, all 3 are available globally in a bid to become the world's, and they've said it right on their website, they're in a bid to become the world's #1 single malt brand. In each case with the Singleton of Glendullan, Dufftown, or Glen Ord, the range has been expanded with older expressions and those with no age statement at all. Which, does this have an age statement, Mikey?
It's not. I couldn't find one. Just the
I don't think it
distillery.
does. Examples include Dufftown Spey Cascade, Tailfire and Sunray, and Glendullan's Master Art that is finished in muscat casks. Not muskrat casks. That's something else.
Muskrat.
Muskrat.
Muskrat and
Daniels.
squirrel.
Described as a recruitment malt, the Singleton has become the key driver in Diageo's single malt portfolio, flanked by discovery malts like Talisker and Oban, and prestige malts like Mortlach and the annual special releases range. For such a big player, Diageo is not really used to playing catch up to smaller rivals, but this is actually what's happening with these single malts. With a view to redressing the balance, the Singleton range was launched in 2006, starting with Glen Ord, like I said, and then Glendullan and Dufftown 12 months later. There have been some major expansions since then. In 2014, Glen Ord doubled its capacity to 10 million liters of alcohol per annum. The same year, Diageo launched the Singleton of Dufftown. That's when they released that Tailfire and Sunray. And those were the first 2 no age statement expressions. By 2015, Diageo revealed plans to grow the Singleton as a single malt brand in its own right and to take on the might of Glenlivet and Glenfiddich. These are all statements that they've had. I'm going to give you a little bit of some timelining because they don't really tell you a whole lot about what's going on with the actual distillery and their marketing. Now, actually, there was some distillery action going on at this site before this, but their timeline picks up in 1897, where Glendullan was founded by William Williams and Son, blenders from Aberdeen, and it is the last of 7 distilleries to be built in Dufftown, sharing a private railway siding with nearby Mortlach and all the machinery driven by an overshot water wheel. I thought that was cool. Powered by water from the river Fiddich. In 1898, they got their first consignment of barley, and actual distilling began. It was rumored to be a favorite of King Edward VII. In 1919, William Williams and Sons merged with 2 other companies, Alexander and McDonald Limited, and Greenlees Brothers. Now that distillery right there has been intertwined with this way back even before 1898, but their timeline doesn't really pick up before that. But that McDonald and Greenlees and Williams were all affiliated before that. In 1926, they were still deciding on the final name of the company. It was taken over by Distillers Company Limited, and a new company was formed, McDonald Greenlist Limited. In 1930, Scottish Malt Distillers Limited took over the company. In 1940, the distillery was actually closed due to wartime shortages. In 1947, they reopened, with most of the mechanical operations still being powered by a water wheel. In 1955, William Innes died in Dufftown, aged 89. Innes was almost certainly the first distillery manager at Glendullan and may have worked there until his retirement. He and his wife were recorded as living at Glendullan House in 1901 and 1911, and she actually died there in 1917. In 1962, there was a new plant installed, the mash house, the tun room, and the still house. The two stills previously heated by coal were converted to internal steam heating. In 1968, they stopped using the trains, and now all transport was by road. In 1972, the size of the site and the plentiful water from the Fiddick meant that with rising demand at home and abroad, the construction of an additional distillery, this time with 6 stills, was possible. Built on the field between the old distillery and the staff housing. The distance between the two distilleries has been described as a short one when the weather's good and a long one when it isn't. I liked that.
There you go.
In 85, the old Glendullan buildings on the distillery were decommissioned. They still remain in use as a workshop. In the 90s, an 8-year-old distillery bottling was replaced by a 12-year-old in the Flora and Fauna range. 2006, the Singleton of Glendullan 12 became available in the USA. In 2010, part of the distillery equipment was replaced, including a new lauter mash turn. 2013, a state-of-the-art biodiversity plant was opened on the site. 2015, the Singleton of Glendullan launched 3 new expressions as a global travel exclusive, the Double Matured, and the Master's Art. And that really takes us up to today. It's really low-key distillery. There's not a whole lot of crazy stuff that's happened there. They've just sort of been generally chugging along since like the late 1800s, and they've been gaining a foothold in the market pretty steadily.
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of do like what I did last time and just make the connection with the Game of Thrones. I'll read you what's on the back here. But so far,
Just tilt that.
towards me. Okay. So far, they've really knocked it out of the park as far as their relating the Scotch regions to the show. And the Singleton, they kind of, I wouldn't call it a mascot, but their emblem is a fish.
Right. That was, yeah.
And this is House Tully, which obviously their emblem is a fish.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that right there sells itself. But then whenever you talk about them just kind of staying low key and just chugging along,
That's kind of House Tully.
It's House Tully.
Yeah.
Their words are family, duty, honor, which doesn't really, I mean, it'd be hard to make that work with a Scotch. But we do have a Tully in the room right now.
We do have a Tully in the room.
Yeah, we did the, which I totally forgot to post that in the show notes. I'm bad.
That's all right. We got.
It's all right.
We'll do it
At least
again.
we did what we were listening to that week.
But yeah, so for the quiz, I ended up being a House Tully. So
Hopefully you like the Scotch.
I bet you he does. He's
Yeah.
a space cider.
Yeah, I mean the Scotch, the Stark was good.
Mm-hmm.
So the Tully got some
rainbow
big
and star.
So I'll read
A
this real
rainbow
quick.
in the start.
So House Tully's ancestral keep River Run spans the junction of the Red Fork of the Trident and the Tumblestone River. Rolling as Lord of the Riverlands under the house sigil of a silver trout flashing above rushing water, House Tully embodies the surge of the rivers among which they live. With the determination of river waters that never cease moving, they form powerful alliances and fight against the current for family, duty, and honor. And so how that relates to the whiskeys.
Well, yeah, go ahead. I was going to say something. You got it, I think.
Yeah, situated on the banks of the River Fiddick in the wooded
Right.
hills of Dufftown, Glendullan originally relied on the waters that surrounded it, harnessing the force of the waters that flowed through the land. It utilized a water wheel to power the entire distillery, and they say it's best served with a splash of water, which,
We have.
We've got
Thank
it
you,
here.
Al Scarton.
yep. It says this Scotch has notes of green apple, honey, sweet vanilla, and finishes dry and clean. So I think without further ado, we
So
try this.
we've got the river and the fish connect. This is a good. I mean,
I
that's a
agree.
tight bond.
So far,
there.
I mean, last week it was the coldest distillery.
Right.
Winterfell.
Winterfell,
So
right? Yeah.
I think so far they've kind of killed it. So
They have knocked it right out of that park, haven't they?
Let's do it. I'm excited.
And we know that the Lannister whiskey is going to be good.
Yeah. I'm just interested to see what the correlation is. With
Yeah, me too,
Lagavulin.
actually.
Ah.
Well, there's a certain history with Lagavulin and Clan
Hush,
Campbell.
also.
That is a good pour.
That's some good pour. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Not quite as floral of a nose.
Oh shit! I kind of.
Yeah, go. Yeah, who's
Yeah, you
getting
wanna,
surgery? Go.
Hook me up a little bit.
I'll just drink it.
Oh, right in the chocolate.
Bummer.
That's what she said.
They say that chocolate goes better with scotch instead of the inverse.
Yeah, not really much on the nose on there.
Mhm.
I mean,
No,
we got
I
little
expected it
notes,
to be fruitier and
little
grassier.
little more floral.
grassy knoll.
Let's get in there.
Get in there, Tyrone. It's floral though.
It is floral, like you expected. That's pretty typical
Yeah.
of the region. It's mild. It doesn't have a very complex finish.
No.
It's not a very long finish, but it's not offensive at all.
No,
Not
It's a little more floral than I would.
it's kind of tully.
Do you know what this reminds me of?
What's that?
This reminds me of God. It's been so long.
Thomas.
The Japanese one.
Suntory.
Suntory.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting a little green apple out of it.
There's definitely green apple. I don't think quite as much as Suntory.
Not as much, but it's as light, and I'm getting the same kind of notes.
I'm
not quite a big a fan.
I'm not as much. See, this is where the great reversal happens. I'm not much of a space cider, comparatively speaking.
Mm-hmm.
I figured you would be all over this.
Yeah, and I was actually hoping that.
Ooh.
And I think I like it.
Go ahead and hit me up there too.
I think I like it more than I expected to. And I think you like it less than I expected you to.
But the water actually does open it up. It gives it a little more complexity, and it does help it finish a little longer.
It does make it a little more pleasing.
Mm-hmm.
My rating may have just gone
It
up.
evens it out.
Yeah.
Because what I was getting before was like, boom, floral, done.
Yeah.
And now there's a little floral, a little grass, and a little done, you know. But it finishes quick. It finishes quick, though.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a.
This
that's
one might
tough-
take a minute.
Yeah, it's a tough call.
Hey, can I do something while we're thinking about
Absolutely.
it?
It is someone's birthday.
We should toast them.
Is that royalty-free music?
You did actually.
I think we have to pay Gene Simmons for it.
Fuck 'em. Ready? And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4.
Happy
Happy
birthday to Al.
Happy birthday to Al.
It's your birthday, Al!
Happy birthday, Al.
You don't have to put pants on for this one.
No. Take them off.
Happy birthday.
I'd like to toast our Patreon members as well.
Absolutely.
Hey,
They can leave
I'll
their
pick us back up.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't not like it enough to not pick it
Let's
back
go
up.
with chocolate.
Rick Wirtz,
Rick Wirtz.
Scott
Ryan Weaver,
Knoll,
Scott
Ryan
Knoll,
Weaver,
Shannon
Mario
Hoffman.
Ciccarello,
Shannon
Shannon
Hoffman.
Hoffman.
And maybe possibly you
Got some Christmas money coming in.
listening at home with, your intentions on like, hey, I want to help these guys out
Yeah.
for sure.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, you.
Yep, thank
Really
you very
appreciate
much.
you.
We appreciate you.
We do it for real.
I don't know. The more I drink of this, the more I like it.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's getting better and better.
Not for me. It's
You're hilarious.
That's incredible to me.
It is.
still
It is. Like if somebody would, like if I was, this is the first time I've ever had this.
Right.
Yeah, me too.
If like somebody would give this to me and I would drink it and they'd be like, what do you think? I think about the first thing out of my mouth would be, That's a J. Smith whiskey.
Yeah, yeah.
It's too floral for me.
But you've liked other stuff that was more floral better.
Hey.
Hey!
What do
He
you
got
want?
spoiled by the Stark last week.
Oh God, did I?
Yeah,
I even looked at the regular Dalwhinnie 15 on the shelf
How
and I
can
went,
you
"Oh,
not?
so you're only $64."
Mhm.
Hi.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my problem with Scotch. My tastes are all like 64
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
more.
that's my issue.
Yep. Big time.
I'm like, I should buy myself a bottle of Scotch, and then I look at the bank account, and I'm like, or I could pay
Mm.
my power bill.
Right.
Scotch.
Scotch still tastes good in the dark though,
Yeah,
That's
it's true. It's actually true.
and it'll warm you up.
Yeah.
You don't need to eat.
Yeah.
All right. Well, who's ready to rate it? I believe I am.
Go ahead, buddy.
I think I'm gonna. So it's not.
And before we do, this was $30.
Yeah.
That's something to now I'm chewing a little more here.
So it's not where we were last week,
Nope.
which it's tough to get there for the budget and the flavor and just the quality of last week's Scotch.
It's tough to get there with a lot of things,
Yeah.
even with budget.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was? Did I say?
I'm automatically giving this bonus points for the Game of Thrones, and that's going to be for everything. It doesn't
Okay.
matter. It's giving. I
Okay.
mean, I think I would give
I dig it.
an additional 10 points to the White Walker, Johnny Walker, so it would have 9 points.
Yeah, so at least 9 points.
That's what happened.
But I think I would give this a solid 86.
86.
Yep.
It's not bad.
Very impressed because I came into this expecting in the 70s from me.
I'll generally rate a little higher than Mike, just in general, because I'm a nice guy and he's a dick.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I think he's giving it extra points. I'm going to go with an 85.
85. I'm going to be bringing it down a little bit. Not much, but I'm bringing it down. My initial reaction was like, "Oh God, 74," but I'm gonna hike it up to an 80. Wow.
He just threw us a
The
curve.
water really did open it up.
Yeah.
It made it a little more pleasing. 80, 85, 86. So I'll go in with an 80.
84.
Came up one though.
84 is the average out of 100. Do we give it full 3 stars?
Yeah.
I would definitely give it a star.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, I might not enjoy it as much, but I do. I'm not saying it's bad.
You are
I
a
just-
whiskey riddle wrapped in an enigma in a box of riddles. I'm telling you,
In an
it's
egg
crazy.
muffin.
In an egg McMuffin.
So here's what I'll say. This is a really great introductory Scotch.
Yes.
If you've
It
never
is.
had
It is.
Scotch, this
It
is
is.
a great introductory Scotch because it's not too abrasive.
No.
It's not going to give you a burn if you're afraid of the burn from if you've had bourbons and you've had
Right.
Irish whiskeys that give you too much of a burn. It's not going to give you too
No.
much of a burn. It is on a tad on the floral side. I think that adding a couple drops of water will improve it. but
Absolutely.
I would say that if you're looking to kind of dip your toes into the Scotch water,
I
this
would-
is a good one to
I
start
would
with.
agree
Yeah.
with Mike 100%. I'd actually go so far. Now, this is Game of Thrones edition, and I've never had any other Singleton, but I would go so far as to say that just as far as a lot of space sides that I've
Yeah.
had, this is up
Yeah.
there. I'm not a space sider, and this definitely has me quite happy.
Cool. I'm glad.
You kill me. You do. You kill me.
What?
Just when you think you know a guy.
Exactly.
Hey, that's what keeps the show.
That's
interesting.
exactly. I'm happy about it,
Yeah.
but it's just yeah, exactly.
I'm getting dark chocolate all over my pants.
Mm.
Do what we want.
I always get chocolate stains on my pants. That's a Thin Lizzy lyric, actually.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was Alice Cooper.
No, live in Rio.
Actually, no, it's Arch Enemy. I haven't seen old Alice Cooper in a while. I don't
Yeah,
know
it's
if-
Arch
I don't know
Enemy
if he's
now.
okay.
Alright.
We better go check.
Still playing some Zealand Ardor over there.
Haven't so much as Patreon member Rick Wirtz is in control of the mouse, and he's doing his very best to keep the Christmas music flowing.
I'll cheers to that. Rick, thanks for keeping it
And I'll
alive
tell
in
you
my
what
honor.
else about that. We don't have any topics, so I'm just gonna say this anyway.
Mhm.
He's doing a badass job of trying to keep it fresh. Like, there's only so much you can do with the idea of I've got to play Christmas music.
Yeah.
He's doing a really good job of trying to keep it fresh.
That's not surprising. And I love the fact that we have that Chromecast there. Because
Yeah.
that lets you
Oh,
watch,
yeah.
I mean, Trans-Siberian Orchestra concerts if you want. You can watch Christmas movies if you want. I don't know if you guys
We've
have
been.
dabbled in
Eric's
there.
been playing a lot of Christmas cartoons.
Yeah, see that kind of thing. I mean, that
I
opens
keep
it
trying
up.
to tell Rick that Steely Dan is Christmas music, and he
Hey,
won't
I
listen
played a
to
Gary
it.
Moore's Christmas this
Thank
afternoon.
God you did too.
Here's the thing, though. They have yachts all year round. So why not play yacht rock in Christmas time?
There's yachts in December.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I like it. Your yacht.
Santa, he takes me away.
Your yacht rock. I like it.
You rock out, kid.
This is really good. The more I drink it, the more I like it. It's no Dalwhinnie.
No. Which
No.
I was actually, after reading the comparisons, thinking I wasn't going to enjoy the Dalwhinnie, and now it's the total opposite.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to say that I'm not enjoying this because it is good.
Well, see, knowing what
It's
you
just-
like, if I was sitting there sipping on a Dalwhinnie and somebody said, like, would Jay prefer this or something else, I probably wouldn't have picked the
No,
Dalwhinnie.
yeah, the
Yeah.
Dalwhinnie had that peat flavor.
Yeah.
Now, again, it wasn't smoky.
It wasn't, no, right,
Mm.
yeah.
But from everything we know about Jay, it just didn't strike me as a Jay.
But he liked it. Maybe Jay's changing.
That could be. Maybe we did it.
Time face the street.
We owe so many people money tonight.
I know.
Gosh,
Gene
Mr.
Simmons just got
Cross.
rich off of us.
I just really quickly want to mention the other editions of the Game of Thrones that we may or may not get to.
Yeah, because this will be interesting. Go ahead and read them because I have a story for that.
Okay, so House Targaryen is Cardew, which is a scotch that I've been meaning to try. The House Stark. Ooh, yeah.
Spoilers.
House Stark, Dalwhinnie, which we've had.
Been
House-
there, done that.
House Lannister.
I'd do it again.
Lagavulin.
Do that anytime.
Go on. Yeah. So House Tully we did tonight. The House Tyrell, which is the Clonelish. I don't know.
I haven't seen anybody have it.
Yeah.
And I'm at the point now, like, go ahead, finish the.
Okay. House Baratheon is the Royal Lochnagar.
Lochnagar.
I've been looking to try that one also.
Hell yeah.
But
It's like a hammer.
yeah, that's what I've heard. Like a Robert Baratheon hammer. I like it. House Greyjoy, Talisker.
And Talisker is one of the best whiskeys
That
ever.
is a
hands
Jason
down.
whiskey, and I've been
Yeah.
really, really looking forward to hopefully trying that one.
Speaking of Talisker, we'll let the Whisketeers on a little truth bomb right now. I found it
Yeah.
up front at the counter at the Fine Wine and Good Spirits store on Plank Road, behind Red Lobster.
Yeah.
There is a 3-pack. They're
Right.
200 milliliters a piece.
Yep.
For $64.99,
Yep.
you're getting Lagavulin 16.
200 milliliters now
You're
Okay.
getting
of each.
Talisker
Right. 10?
10, I do believe.
You're getting Tal 10.
And you're getting, I forgot.
Craigenmore.
Yeah, Kragenmore. So
Yeah.
that's a pretty
All three of which are
Yeah.
fantastic
What a
scotches.
deal.
Yeah, for $65, I mean, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
I thought about it. I picked it up. I opened it. I looked at it. And I went, better not.
I really want to bring Talisker to the show. It's one of my favorite scotches.
Yeah.
We absolutely-
I really want to do that one. And then the Night's Watch is Oban. So
Oh, yeah.
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 Cool.
Oban is a fantastic scotch.
so far, I mean, out of all of them, I'm interested to try any of them.
I
In
have. They
fact,
haven't.
Yeah.
You haven't said a bad scotch.
The Singleton is the only one I was hesitant on, and I've just been really
I
enjoying it.
have. Yeah, my world has been opened up.
So I had a conversation with, I won't name names, but another Fine Wine and Good Spirits store in
Do I
our
know this person?
area. And I said,
Oh,
hey,
I know what's happening.
so I'm just popping my head in real quick. Do you have any of them? You have many more of them? They're Game of Thrones scotches. And the guy says, nope, can't get them. It's a PA or like a Philadelphia, Pittsburgh market.
Yeah.
If you want Central Pennsylvania, you have to order it. I said, oh yeah.
And how do I do that then?
He
you
said,
know?
yeah. I said, oh okay. He goes, yeah. I think they had a Lafroig. I said, okay. And he's like, yeah. So they have a Lafroig. They have and he names a Balwhinnie.
Ballwhinnie.
And I went, okay. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, he said Balwhinnie,
Ballwhinnie.
not Dalwhinnie.
Yeah.
And I said, oh. And he's like, yep. If you want them, go on finewineandgoodspirits.com and order. You have to special order them. I went, oh, okay.
Get yourself a ball winning Lefroy Game of Thrones.
Oh, and they're all 10, 12 to 15 year.
Oh, jeez.
I went, nice.
No, we haven't had one that's been age specified yet.
Even the Lagavulin and the most expensive
Is at least it's marked. It's a 9 year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks. Bye. So
As if we've never done that, though.
yeah.
Yeah. You guys got any DJ equipment? Let's just say no. We've got some things back there, but
that you could use.
yeah.
But yeah, so it's kind of funny to.
But see, when we do that, we're doing those people a favor.
True.
Yeah, I was doing a disservice.
Al says Lefroy Triple Wood Scotch is on sale this month too.
Have you guys ever had that?
I've
Have you guys ever
I
heard
have
of
nothing but it. Yeah, that's what I shower in.
that? Let me tell you. You guys, have you heard about that? Let me tell you.
It's delicious, and I like it. And
It
it's
is
funny because like I don't like
Not a J. Smith whiskey.
not a J Smith.
Not at all.
Lefroy is not a J Smith whiskey.
Nope.
Lefroy Triple Wood.
Isn't everybody whiskey?
Different ball of wax. That was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, admittedly, I'm not a huge fan of the smoke.
If you don't like smoking Pete, Lefroy's just out.
Yeah.
That
but-
shit comes out of the bottle in clumps.
Al brought it to the table, and Mom looked over and goes, "Something on fire."
It smells.
So let's move on to our first loosely based topic here that I just want to go off on.
If somebody wanted to buy us a bottle of Lefroy Triple Wood, we would definitely do it.
We
on
would
the
do
show.
that. Oh, and Kevin Siegel, if you're watching, I did look for your proper 12 today, and they were out of it. So it's about
Out of it? Are you telling me people have bought it?
Yes.
And it's sold out during the last
sold
flight.
out.
Oh, for God's sake.
I know.
$30 a bottle. So I tried. It wasn't there today. That's why I ended up going with spoilers. I went with the Speyburn, which is a 10-year Speyside.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
I hate to put you on the spot like this,
Do
but
it.
since we're Speyside and out tonight,
Let's do it.
which of those two do you prefer?
Out of these two, I would take the Speyburn.
What about you, Jason?
I would take the Singleton like every time.
Every 100% of the time.
Yes.
Yeah, fine.
I'm just getting a feel.
That means you have to share a bottle with him, and I got my own.
That's all right. I'm just
We
putting.
share a lot more than a bottle.
Yeah, right.
That's-
I'm just putting my feeler. I just, just getting a feel.
Yeah.
You don't find that more floral than this.
No. I found that a little more spicy.
See,
But it's quick.
when
Where this is, as soon as I pop it in my mouth, like the finish is relatively the same. It's a in and out.
I got a gigantic flower in my mouth a minute. Like, boom.
So that's what I'm.
That
tasting.
was just a firecracker in my mouth. That and then done.
Yeah.
That's what the Singleton kind of reminds me of. That's
It's
like
interesting.
just taking a big bite out of the flower for me, and I'm like,
All right, Jay, start your rant.
all right, I don't want to.
Is that topic one?
Yeah, kind of.
Rant on.
Yeah. I haven't done a whole lot of research into it because I feel that I know enough. But I just want to go on a limb here, and I'm not pointing fingers at Netflix because obviously they're not in control of it anymore.
Right.
But I just want to throw a big middle finger.
Do it.
And
Throw it.
fuck you, Disney. With your greedy ass shit. that you're doing.
Pagonophobic motherfuckers.
They seem really smarmy.
They
are.
are smarmy little bitches.
Disney and Bill Maher must hang out together.
Mhm.
Smarmy motherfuckers.
That's right.
But so
Smarmy little mouse.
it hasn't been secret. I mean, it's been coming down the line. I mean, shows have been dropping off left and right.
Oh yeah.
And the final coffin today, as far as I know, they haven't canceled Jessica Jones yet.
Oh, dude, it's
But
Come on.
they've canceled the flagship now.
yeah.
Two
when
left,
that
right? Punisher and Jessica Jones.
And the Defenders, they haven't.
I thought they canceled.
I thought the Defenders
Did they?
was canceled.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Okay, I might have missed it, but yeah. So as far
When
as
that ship goes down, that just went down. It's
Yeah.
over.
Disney has officially pulled Daredevil from Netflix. There will not be a season 4.
They
and
took it off Netflix, or they just canceled it?
they're canceled.
Canceled.
It's still on Netflix
Yeah.
for right now, but when the change happens, when it is an all Disney streaming service,
It'll be
anything
gone.
that's Marvel is going to be gone. Which will be interesting because I wonder if they'll have intellectual property rights over like Deadpool, because that's
Well, that's different studio.
That's different.
that's owned by Fox.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They might.
That
might
sucks
slip on
because I really enjoy all the Marvel features, not just Deadpool, not just the series, but I mean, there's like some great animated Marvel on there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm really
There's-
looking forward to the Spider-Verse.
yeah, me
Yeah.
too. That looks
Yeah.
amazing, and
Yeah.
it's all going to be here. You have to pay for another streaming service.
Which it's really a shame that the greed of corporations is getting in the way of entertainment value.
Yes.
That's a huge shame.
I mean, and probably in the long run, am I going to have to sign up for it? Probably.
I don't think I can.
Kiddos, man.
I got
agree,
you, but
Tim says Punisher was the best. I agree. I enjoyed it.
We got Punisher-
I loved it.
we
I
got
did.
Punisher Tim online. That's awesome.
I did. I mean, I love the Punisher. Don't get me wrong.
hmm
But you've got those epic fight scenes that were in every season of Daredevil. I don't know if you've noticed this or not.
The continuous shot fight
There is
scene.
there is one scene per season, which is one continuous moving shot.
I think season 2. is-
Season 2 took the cake. The
Yeah.
stairwell fight.
Did you guys ever listen to that? Okay, so kind of an aside. I had a splitting migraine the one night, and I was
Mhm.
watching Daredevil, and I didn't want to turn it off because it was just getting really good. And I remember reading on Reddit that they have a feature for the visually impaired for blind viewers,
Right.
where they will
Yes.
basically they'll give you a summary of everything that's happening live. So it's not just obviously it's not just audio.
I thought it actually made you see in sonar.
It's like that.
Yeah.
But they'll say things like he picked up the glass slowly and took a drink of it, and then
Right.
there'll be the dialogue, and
Right.
he set the glass down harshly. And I had this migraine, so I couldn't even open my eyes, but it felt like I was watching the show, and it was really fucking sweet.
That's cool.
And they don't do it for every show.
No, but
it's-
Daredevil,
exactly.
Matt
and that's why
Murdock
they
is
did
in
it
it.
for that. And I actually recommend watching an episode like that.
Listening.
It's
I'll go
awesome.
back.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I did see one.
It'd be kind of cool to watch the stairwell fight scene like that.
Oh God, no! How?
That'd be crazy.
I mean, the guy would just be like, "Wow, fucking wow!"
You
the
missed
whole
some
time.
shit, dude.
Yeah, you just missed an awesome. Too bad you're blind, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the fight scenes, they do justice.
Okay,
They do
I'll check
justice.
it out. Although I did see one of the. I know you're not a fan of memes, but you know, in one shot it was Netflix and Disney cancel Daredevil. There will be no season 4. And then the bottom screen is a picture of Mac Murdock that says, "I did not see that coming." So, yeah, it's just I don't really have a whole lot to say about it except for boy, it fucking sucks. Like I don't know.
I have been like,
I can't believe that. Well, I can believe it. I mean, I just
I've never been a big fan of Disney for a lot of reasons. And there's,
what are those reasons, Jason?
well, you know,
We
I mean,
talked about it before.
We did-
Hypocrisy? Could that be a reason?
well, you know, when you do a little research onto Walt himself and some of the things that I mean, the company was founded by a guy who had some proclivities towards being like a Nazi sympathizer,
Right.
and a pagonophobe, which does not go down well in my book.
No.
You know, I know he had that little, you know, thing, but that doesn't count. He would actually, you know, you weren't allowed to have facial hair if you worked at Disney.
Right.
Operation Paperclip squirreled away and hid some pretty offensive folks out of Germany and gave them places to work at after the war.
Yep.
Walt Disney gave them some employment. But you know, I mean, whatever. All that stuff aside, I haven't really. Some of the classic Disney, I'm a fan of from
Mhm.
artistic and you know just whatever. But then like starting around the time my daughter was little, the programming just got really subversive and started sort of preaching this message of like parents can't be trusted and you know
Yeah.
parents are idiots.
If you
and,
notice, they kind of kill off the parents in a lot of
yeah,
Disney movies.
yeah. And you know, there's just sort of this large anti-parent message in a lot of Disney stuff. It's pretty damn subversive. And then you know, What do you?
Sorry, I just thought Bo Burnham once said, like, "Oh, Disney's great. It just teaches our daughters that if you're really, really hot, you can get out of
You
anything."
can get out of anything.
Yeah.
I remember, like my daughter used to watch that, like It's So Raven show, and some of those other shows that were going on. I mean, literally, the message of those shows was, "Your parents are idiots. Don't listen to them, and you should probably lie to them." And I mean, that was kind of the message of those shows. And I know that. I mean, it's people are gonna say like, "Oh, it's a show. It's just a show."
That's so Raven.
That's so Raven. But I mean, the messages, I did not agree with them as a parent. And now, fast forward to today, where I have no problems with what they've done with the Marvel franchise. I'm still totally supportive of that. But I mean, one of my most famously favorite franchises of all time, they're just literally dropping down
They're
the toilet.
plummeting. Yeah,
they're killing
literally
it. I mean,
telling the fan base to fuck off.
they've done it. They've
Yeah.
pretty much said, if
And
you're
we're
an
talking
old
about Star Wars, if you haven't picked up on that.
yeah, I mean, if you're an old fan, we don't really want you.
Yeah.
Which, whatever, but they're not doing a good job.
Right.
They're just doing a shitty job, and they're putting a lot of agendas before content, and I don't even care about that. It's just, it sucks.
That's what pisses me off the most, the putting agendas before content.
Sure. Yeah. I could
sucks.
forgive that if it didn't suck,
yeah.
It just sucks. So yeah, myself and Disney, not a big fan. And now I've been super happy with what they've done with the Marvel Universe so far, but I'm just wondering how long they're going to sustain that until it turns into something I absolutely hate.
Now, here's my thing. The whole reason for the cancellation that everyone has speculated was coming anyway was because they're going to be offering their own streaming service, which kind of leads me into something else I wanted to talk about, which is the fact in video games, a very similar thing is happening. If you're a PC gamer, if you started PC gaming whenever it had a boom, Steam was where you go.
Right.
That's where you download. That's where you get your whole library.
Right.
They have amazing sales, but they have all of your games in one hub.
Right.
And then EA was like, okay, we see what you're doing.
We see what
so
you're
we're
doing,
going
man.
to start our own launcher. We're going to take all of our games off of Steam, and we're going to put them on our EA launcher. And then a couple other companies, Good Old Games, and then Bethesda, whenever Fallout 76 came out, they were like, we're not going to offer this on Steam. We're going to start our own launcher.
Right.
And we're going to offer Fallout 76 exclusive on the
Yeah.
Bethesda launcher, which is also going to be...
But they
there's
just
a
kind
new
of shit
Elder
the
Scrolls.
bed on 76.
76. Because I'm not a big Fallout guy. I've never have been. But I've been following this one dude who just does video after video on Fallout 76, and he's been saying, like, swear this is my last video. I'm tired of talking about it. And just listening to everything that has gone wrong with that game
Yeah.
is just absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Bethesda really, really shit the bed.
It did.
The whole thing with the canvas bag that has come out, that is just
That
a
was
joke.
bad.
That's a joke.
Here's something that I find interesting. Awesome Whisketeer Tim High just posted that supposedly he has read that Daredevil viewership was down 50%.
And that feels like smoke and mirrors. For
It
the
does.
actors.
I mean, it really does feel like smoke and mirrors. And let me ask you this, though. I mean, when Daredevil season 1, 2, whatever came out, I don't know if those numbers would be sustainable. It may be down.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's down 50%.
Yeah.
But Daredevil viewership, even down 50%, has got to be worth
another, at least not a cancellation.
worth way more. Like, tell me it's not better than like Hemlock Grove or something
Right.
that they keep. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, granted, season 1 was amazing. Season 2, the people were just salivating so bad. Yep, they had them hooked, and they're like, okay, here's season 2.
Yeah.
And then, Jessica Jones was out by that point. I think all 3 of them were out at that point. The only one that I feel that like really, really flopped on the ground, which was Iron Fist. But like, I liked Iron Fist. I didn't feel that it was a flop. I mean, a lot of people didn't appreciate the direction.
I tried
with Danny Rand, but
yeah. See, I hung in there, and I actually liked it. Like I did. I was in a because I like Iron Fist. I'm like, you're gonna give me Iron Fist? Okay, I'll watch Iron Fist. I felt like the show did get a little bit draggy, and I didn't particularly like where they went with Danny a little bit.
Yeah.
But I thought it just got a little draggy.
But I'll give you that. It was a little draggy in spots, but I didn't mind it on overall. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's
Luke
still
Cage-
Iron Fist.
Luke Cage for me was the low point.
See, I like Luke Cage a lot.
Like the first season, it took me like 4 episodes to really get into it, and then
Yeah.
I was into it.
Yeah,
And then the second season, like, okay, I'm in. I watched the second season, and I was just like the whole time going,
Well,
Yeah.
see, I think Marvel does this thing that can't be understated is the fact that they make each individual commodity feel unique.
they really do.
Like you've got
actually.
your Thors that feel like fantasy. They've
Yeah.
got the Captain America that feels
Yeah.
like a real time war type.
Yes,
stuff.
yeah.
And then with the television shows, you've got your kind of noir with Daredevil,
Mhm,
and then you've got your Luke Cage, which kind of feels more like a Law and Order type.
It
thing,
sure does,
without
yeah.
the law.
right without the law,
It's just
right?
the order.
Just the
But
order.
it felt unique to the
Yeah,
universe.
it
and-
did.
And I mean, I get if you don't enjoy that uniqueness, then it's not for you.
yeah,
Yeah, but
I
it's
was-
still cool to have that.
Yes.
yeah. Like I did not like it. I just thought that if one was going to go first, I would have felt that it was Luke Cage. But then,
Yeah,
Iron Fist got the block, and then immediately the next day, Luke Cage went
Yeah.
down. And then everyone's like, "But it's okay because Daredevil."
because we still have Daredevil and Punisher.
Daredevil
And
and Jessica Jones.
Daredevil was the
and-
one I expected the absolute least to get.
I
done.
expected Daredevil to almost even make the damn transition.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're gonna let you have it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
But no.
And that's the other thing too, though. Like in a way, Disney, if they own Daredevil, right?
Yeah.
And Netflix are putting out super high quality product for Daredevil. Tell me the interest in Daredevil isn't at an all time high since it hasn't been since like 1987 or something.
Right. Because
You know, like-
everyone was so pumped for the Ben Affleck movie when it first. I know. Because I
Yeah.
actually remember going to see it in the theaters,
Yeah. Right.
and within the first 5 minutes, I'm like, "What the fuck
What
is
the
this
fuck is
CG
this?
rat?
This is horrible.
It's terrible."
Yeah. So if you're Disney, I mean, I understand Disney doesn't need to worry too much about the bottom line, right? Like I understand, but dude, if I'm Disney and you're pumping out super quality product that's generating interest in my line, go for it.
Yeah. Here's my other question too: is like, are they going to pick it up?
Well, they won't have Netflix's stat. You know, it's a Netflix original series.
Yeah. So I mean, if they're going to try to pick it up with all the same,
Are they gonna
Well,
turn-
they probably can't. The actors probably have NDAs.
Yeah.
They
right.
probably can't sign on for another superhero film for X amount of years, as long as they're in that universe.
Right.
You got actors like Chris Evans who keep playing every fucking superhero under the sun.
I know he's crazy.
And I don't know how he gets away
Who
with it.
isn't he? No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
Even Ryan Reynolds, who goes from playing Green Lantern to playing
Deadpool.
Deadpool. Yeah.
twice.
Yeah. Twice. Yeah.
you kind of got to wonder how you can
2.5
conflict
times.
of interest.
He's
Right.
coming back this Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, the thing is,
But I believe that they are probably prohibited from portraying the same character.
oh yeah.
due to contract.
I mean, do we need a Disney Daredevil? Like, think about Disney and Daredevil.
No, and I don't want it. But at the same time, like if they were to say like, look, everyone's coming over to do the show still, it's gonna be great. I'd okay. I'd watch it.
Yeah.
But I'd be like I'd
Hmm.
like this the
Yeah.
whole time waiting to go, I
Yeah.
knew it.
Yeah.
You know. It's just
I don't think Disney has the capacity to do gritty Daredevil. Like, I mean,
Yeah, and
You know
I,
what I
like,
mean?
I was just gonna ask the question, like, well, couldn't like they just make a movie? But no, I guess they can't because it's owned by Disney.
yeah, right. You'd have to get the rights, but it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, like I said, man, if I'm Disney and you're generating that kind of quality product, I'd just be like, go ahead.
Yeah,
Keep doing what you're doing, you know, because people love it. You know, that's like, look at what they did with Spider-Man going over into the Avengers series. You know, technically, isn't Spider-Man still owned by Sony?
Still,
Yeah.
well, that was the first
That
one
might
that
be
made
the-
the transition.
Okay, but I mean, at the time, you're going to do that with my character? Go ahead.
yeah.
You know, yeah, we'll license you that. You know, if I was Disney, I'd license it to Netflix and say go.
And
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Like, where do you where does your greed stop the quality? Because they believe that they can take the characters
Right.
and bring in viewers,
Yeah.
but they don't realize that a lot of that Netflix quality made that viewer.
It's
that
not.
character
Yeah,
popular.
dude. They
If
could
it was
have.
bad, you'd have heard about it.
Where was Daredevil before that? If it was characters,
Yeah.
Right.
if it was characters,
Then where was it?
where was Daredevil before that?
Right.
Yeah, Daredevil was a B character that nobody liked to talk about.
I love Daredevil,
So do
but
I.
I mean, yeah,
But I mean, Disney's done more with less. Look at the Guardians.
yeah.
They
True.
brought them into the mainstream. They didn't expect. I mean,
I wonder how much of that though is Disney and how much it's the people that they found good people to.
well, that's what I mean. That's what they're hoping for with their news platform.
Yeah,
They're
Yeah.
hoping. I mean, look at Star Wars. They got the wrong people.
they sure
And they're
did.
suffering.
They sure did, and they didn't listen to the right people.
Right.
Mhm.
When Mark Hamill says, "I don't think this is Luke Skywalker's character," maybe you should say well, you've only been playing him since like the original. Maybe
70
we should consult what this guy has to say.
Yeah.
72.
It makes me sick to think about it.
6, I think. 7.
Is this the first Christmas in a while that there's been no Star Wars?
None. Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing.
Surprising.
Nothing. Yeah.
Well, I would have thought that that's when the Boba Fett movie or something would have happened, but that got canned.
Yeah.
So
They canned a few things.
yeah,
And think about that. Now, I don't really mind it because about the last thing I want to see is Disney ruin Boba Fett because
yeah.
there's still that 9-year-old kid in me that loves Boba Fett, because.
How can you not?
Yeah, and the last thing I want to see is Disney just destroy Boba Fett.
Yeah.
I'm still hoping for the Ewan McGregor Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Oh, Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm afraid of there is I don't want to see Star Wars movie, the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
It's just
Sarlacc Origins.
Yeah.
it's 2 hours of somebody in the Sarlacc pit. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that was all I really wanted to get into was just to say you know what, Disney, you greedy bitch.
You think
I hate you.
looking back at the history of our podcast, I think a Disney sponsorship is probably out.
No, I
Yeah,
think we're
I
still
would
good.
think so.
We have
I think we're Disney's gold.
very pro Disney. But if they wanted to buy us out and have us start saying nice things about them, I'm just gonna say I'd
We
consider
have
it.
a Patreon.
We have a Patreon.
Get
Get Walt out of cryogenics.
So we're gonna move on. Yeah. All right. We're not moving on.
We're not?
No.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
What
Mikey
happened?
says no.
Mikey said no?
I didn't necessarily say no. It's just we thought we were going to be hurting for content. We're already over an hour.
Okay.
We just hate Disney. Let's do one. Pick one topic and we don't have to go on all night.
Top 3 Disney movies you hate.
Oh God!
Oh, geez. Yes.
All the racist ones from the early days.
Yeah. Yeah. All the new super not racist ones from the modern
I
days.
hate seeing all the sequels to the ones that you love, like Lion King 2, that kind of bullshit. Bambi 2.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Simba goes down and all that shit.
Is that what he did on
Yeah.
that one scene where he goes
Yeah.
right down on?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
This is intense. We were going to do another kind of get to know your hosts here and do another top 3 little round, so to speak.
I think Mike's the best topic picker for
Yeah.
that.
So we were going to do a bunch. Let's just do one. Give us one topic.
Oh God! Top 3 holiday movies.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a great one. I'm not going first.
I'll go first. No, me.
No, me.
I got to go first.
I'm
No,
going
'cause I'm gonna
first.
say it.
Okay.
Let's
Die
say it-
Hard.
let's say it together. Die Hard.
I already started. Go ahead, Jay.
Well, let's start at the bottom.
Okay.
Oh, you want to go 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Ascending order.
Ascending one.
I like that.
Well, I just told you what my top was. But for me, my third favorite would have to be the original Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Oh, yeah.
The
Rankin Bass.
the marionette stuff.
Rankin Bass.
Sure.
Yeah.
I never cared to look at the
Yeah.
type. But I got a lot. I used a lot of those lines today. Still,
The one with
I'm a man now, Tanta.
the one with which one has Cornelius in it?
Rudolph.
That's
Rudolph, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Which, you know, Cornelius proudly opened
He,
carry
he,
his 45.
he does have a carry. Yeah.
Santa Claus is coming to town. Number
Yeah.
3.
Okay.
My number 3 is.
Wait. Did you do?
Is he going to do all of his? Or
I don't know how
each
we're
do our
doing
number
this.
3.
I think we'll just each do one.
Okay.
It is a little-known movie called Home Alone.
Keep the change, you filthy,
Filthy
animal.
And
Yeah.
that's Angels with Filthy Souls, but
Yes.
that's a movie within a movie.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
talking
Yeah.
about the original the movie. Kevin McAllister, his family abandons him, and he's left to fend for himself against a house full of robbers. 2 robbers: Joe Pesci, Daniel Stern, Macaulay Culkin as Macaulay Culkinist. I've got a lot of nostalgia for that film. There could be so many in this list, but that's going to make my number 3 spot.
I can't pick 3, but I mean, I'd have to go with the Rankin Bass Rudolph. I mean, it's pretty near and dear to my youngster.
Yeah.
My internal child loves that movie.
A lot of people would think that my number 2 would be my number 1 because it's just me.
Yeah.
I know it. I already know it.
You know what it is.
Is it?
I don't know what that means.
Okay, go ahead. Say it.
Okay. You're, the Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Oh, see, I was thinking Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay.
That's what I was thinking, but you totally just
Yeah.
snarfed me. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Nightmare Before Christmas, Yeah, if this was a
Grinch.
top 5, Nightmare totally would have been on it. But,
Okay.
Top 3 for me. Number 2 is The Grinch.
Okay.
My number 2 is also a G. It starts with a G. It is a holiday movie. We talked about it before the show aired. Gelf. With Gil Garrel. Gremlins.
Yeah.
Damn it!
I try to watch Gremlins once a year.
That's a holiday.
I hate you.
There were like a little. I don't know if it was in Gremlins 1 or 2. I think it was in 2.
Was it did it seem like a fever dream? Because if so, that was Gremlins 2.
Where she's going on and on about that's how she knew that Santa Claus wasn't real.
1.
Was
That's
it 1?
one.
Okay.
That's 1.
I knew the scene was coming, and Amy at the time was still very, very little.
P. Wait. Yeah.
And I sent her out of the room.
Aw.
I saved Christmas that year.
That's great, dude. You should have got an extra gift for that.
I don't know if anyone knew about it.
Real quick, before you get to your number 2,
I don't have to.
I'm going to list Rick Wertz's top 3.
Oh,
That's great.
Top 3s here.
We've got Christmas Vacation. Absolutely agree. It was very close, Rick, but I agree. Charlie Brown Christmas. Now, Rick, for your Polar Express, this is the Tom Hanks one, correct? I would assume. I still have yet to see it. So
It's great.
Tim says the same list, so I'm going to have to watch that this year.
If I was going to, my number 2 would be Gremlins because Mike just has great taste. And I'm just going to go ahead and do my number 1 because I'm going to do it before he does. And it's not just because I enjoy the shit out of this movie, but because every year my wife makes a big deal out of watching this movie. And I enjoy watching her cackle her ass off every year watching Christmas Vacation.
It's not my number 1.
I know, but whatever. I had to say it because
it's close, yeah.
because it's just like a super tradition in our household. And I like the movie, but if I didn't live with my wife, it wouldn't be my number 1. But just she loves
Watching
it.
her
Watching her watch that movie is just the greatest thing on
Hey,
earth.
Griswold, we're going to put that tree. Bend over and I'll show you.
Yeah. Some honorable mentions would be Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Oh my God!
No, I'm just kidding.
What a terrible movie!
That's a
that is.
horrible movie.
Is that
Horrible
Garbage
movie.
Day? Is that
But
that one?
I think Polar Express was pretty good.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
I've not seen it.
And Grinch would have to, I mean, they're all up there.
Like I said, I have my top. I know what my top 5 would have been.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
It would definitely been.
What's Tim High say?
He likes Rick's list.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This has been 1.5.
Al Scarton brings up Mickey Mouse Christmas Carol, fucking Disney,
I
because
don't, there's so many. We could have done
Scrooge
5
McDuck.
because I would want to see. I want to see Christmas Story on my list.
Yeah,
I would
5. If it would have been 5, there
I
was
would
5.
have.
Yeah.
Rick Wirtz says, "Oh my, yes, A Christmas Story is definitely 1.5.
That's I get down on watching 24 Hours of a Christmas Story.
Come on,
It's
man.
a clanker.
I mean, I do. I love that movie, and I love it for the old man. I mean,
Oh, dude.
he just absolutely
Yeah.
cracks me up.
Oh, he's the
And the
best.
older I get, the more I can sympathize. You know,
Oh, good Lord, yes.
and commiserate.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Carcasses,
Oh, yeah.
sons of bitches. But yeah, if
Not a finger, man.
not a finger. 5 would have been Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
4 would have been A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
3, Santa Claus Come to Town. 2, Grinch, and number 1 would be Die Hard.
Yeah.
That's the best Christmas movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say Die Hard. A lot of people will say, "Oh, Christmas movie." Well, it's a Christmas movie, but
It is.
Yeah. it's
There's 2 types of people: those who don't believe it is a Christmas movie, and those that are wrong.
Right. And there's also those who like Neil Diamond and those who don't. But I divide the world a lot like that. But yeah.
I would say probably my number one, just for the sake of traditional holiday movies, is Muppet Christmas Carol.
That's a good one.
I love the Muppet Christmas
Yeah.
Carol. I mean, I love the George C. Scott Christmas Carol too. We watched it every year growing up. But
Yeah. Dude, whoa. My brain. Sorry.
Yeah.
I told you what my wife's probably her favorite Christmas movie. Let me tell you what my probably actual for real favorite movie is, and Mike just kind of made me think of it. Dude,
Scrooged.
no.
Damn.
Dude, I'm telling you what, man. You guys are going to probably not let me live this down, but that's okay. Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, man. Have you ever seen
Never
that?
seen it.
No, I know of it.
Dude,
I've seen it, and I've probably seen all of it in bits and pieces.
that movie gets me every time, and it's supposedly coming to theaters this year.
Yeah, I did see that.
I am
Yeah,
definitely going to see it, man.
That's awesome.
In the big screen.
as you should.
Yeah.
Real quick, since we got a little bit of time, favorite Christmas commercial?
I don't know commercials.
It's hard. The only Christmas commercial I can think of is the PA lottery commercial.
Oh
Best
god,
Christmas
Holiday
season.
I don't know.
Why can't I think of a Christmas
I don't watch television.
Yeah, I've skipped commercials for years.
I
Yeah.
don't even watch television.
Well, we used to have growing up. My sister and I, we had a VHS tape that was all Christmas,
That's to Rick.
all Christmas shows, and of course, all the Christmas commercials were on that tape.
Yeah.
And by the time we were done watching that tape, but one of my favorites was I'm not gonna no.
Come on, now you let us this far.
No, I'm gonna throw Amy under the
Amy
bus.
says no. She says no.
See, I was gonna throw her under the bus, but no. One of my favorites is the
Amy says do it.
She says do it.
It says
Amy says
Amy says do
go.
it. Amy says go. Amy says do it. Amy
yeah.
says
No,
go.
I'm not gonna throw her under the bus.
All right. Stop it. Stop it. Do not.
Is the Eaton Park where the little star is trying to jump up the side of the tree and he can't quite make it. And he finally gives up, and the tree leans down and picks the star up and
That's the Christmas
flops.
spirit.
Yeah, flops to the top. That was always one of mine.
You're gonna tell me she cried during this?
That commercial? No,
Oh, okay, because I see a face here. I didn't know if it was a crying face. No.
no, I'm not going to throw her under the bus.
Now we need to know. That's a Patreon
That's a
story.
Patreon exclusive. Give a $20 donation.
And Amy, if you want to subscribe to our Patreon, you will have that story never heard by
Yeah, that's
anybody.
right. That's right. That's right.
So no, yeah, that was just throw it out there.
Yeah, I don't think I have a favorite Christmas commercial.
I can't even flip and think of Christmas commercials. I mean,
Just when I say Christmas, I don't mean like current ones. Obviously I mean the
Yeah.
summer.
Yeah.
But
I mean, toy commercials from when I was a kid, advertising for Christmas, I guess. But
it was the best feeling in the world. Way back, little Jay Smith running around. Mama used to work for KB Toys.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, Christmas was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she had that mad discount, and I would be getting like NES games by the stack. It ruined me as a kid.
Do you guys go ahead?
No, that was it.
Do you guys have? I mean, I'm not necessarily saying most expensive or most. Do you guys have a Christmas gift that really stands out to you? Like when you're a little kid, like, oh my God, like
I do. I have a
Do you?
story. This was my brother and I. We were growing up and we wanted an NES. We wanted a Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah.
Christmas that came out, we thought we were getting a Nintendo Entertainment System. In fact, when we went to my grandparents' house, which we do on Christmas Eve,
Yeah.
we opened a gift that we should not have, which was an NES game. And we were so young that we were just like, well, we don't have this system. And my dad, I'm assuming, gave them one of these, like, and they said, oh, no, just leave it here. We'll bring it back and we'll get you something you want. And we did this thing every Christmas morning, like most parents do, is wake their kids up super early. Kids wake their parents up, go out, we open all the gifts, we tear through them because we're hoping to find that NES. Every year, my brother and I would share gifts every once in a while.
Yeah.
And we get to the gifts that were for both of us, and it was just like random things.
Yeah.
Like nothing great. We always had a big gift every year, and that year we didn't really have a big gift. But my parents raised us to be like very appreciative of what we got.
Sure, sure.
So even though it wasn't a great Christmas and we didn't get what we thought we were getting,
right.
we were just like, this, I mean, we're really happy. Like, thanks
Sure,
for everything.
yeah.
And they're like, absolutely. Go get showered and we'll get ready for Christmas dinner. And my dad was like, hey, do you want to go downstairs to the basement real quick? And we were just like,
Sure.
do you need help down there, like bringing stuff up for tonight? And he was like, yeah, just go to the cellar and check it out. And he set up an entertainment center with an NES in it. And it was just, oh my God, it was unbelievable. I spent so many years playing as player 2 without a controller plugged in on that thing. because my big brother was player 1, but it was awesome. It was my favorite Christmas memory.
Yeah, mine, and it wasn't as a kid, it was 2008? 8 or 9, I don't remember when she passed away. When my grandmother passed away, she did that in October and November, maybe. I remember it being cold. I kind of don't think about it a whole lot. But the last thing she bought me was this Penn's necklace. And when I opened that morning, it hit me like a ton of bricks, man. So that was the coolest thing, to get that gift.
That's super cool.
Yeah, to get that gift from
beyond.
Yeah. And I refuse to take it off. Like, the only
Sure.
time I've taken it off is to clean it.
Yeah.
And when I bought a different chain for it.
Yeah.
But it never comes off. I had to go get an MRI, and they're like, you need to take that off. I said, I'm walking out of here.
Yeah.
You can forget it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was mine.
What about you, buddy?
I don't know how old I'd have been, but it was new. So I was a pretty young shaver.
That's a razor.
It's a They bought me a razor.
It's
No.
a clinker.
The year, I don't know why, I just have this really great memory of getting the Death Star playset.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I'm definitely older than you guys. I don't know if that kind of shit was still around when you were a kid.
It was there, but it was old.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah, I got it like fresh, spanking new, like, and it had like these little foam things that you put down in the trash compactor, and it had like a little rubber monster that kind of didn't really look like the trash compactor monster, but kind of did.
Yeah.
And you put it in there, and you could like crank the side of it, and the walls came in, and oh my God, I sat there for probably hours just crushing Luke.
That's
and,
awesome.
It was, yeah, that one stood out to me pretty good.
Cool. I don't know if I ever got it for Christmas, but the biggest bonehead move of my life with a toy was I had the original all metal die cast Voltron, where they all linked together, and they actually had like a clear bubble top on it, so you could actually put the paladin in the lion, and I couldn't get the one thing wouldn't close. And I threw it all away.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
And I was probably, I don't know.
That hurts.
4.
That hurts, man.
4 or 5. Yeah,
that hurts.
And that's one of the things. Like, do you have any regrets in life? No.
Except that.
Well, that one time I
threw away the Voltron.
The Voltron action figure.
Yeah.
Bless you, bud. I think I was good talk.
It was good.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to become a Patreon member now just to see.
You want the story?
I want the story.
You want the story? It's not going to happen.
Maybe that'll be Wednesday Night Whiskey Committee after hours.
So let's move on to the closing of the show, which we have done this except for that one time.
Except for that one time.
when I
You
forgot.
guys remember that one time we didn't do it?
Out of 40 episodes, and we've done it 39 times, 39 and a half, because we did make up for it, kind of. We're going to do What Are You Listening To this week? This was instituted by Michael in the very first episode. And what we have now is we have a playlist. And if you go on Spotify and search the Wednesday Night Whiskey Committee, not only will you find this podcast, but you will also find a playlist that we have created. Every week we pick a song and an album from that, or we pick an album and a song from that album, and we post it so you get a little glimpse into what we're jamming to this week, and that's what we're going to do right now. So I pick Jason.
Black Sabbath Volume 4, Wheels of Confusion, including the straightener.
I wasn't ready for that. Hold on. And I'm writing small because it's Black Sabbath. What?
Volume 4. The name of the song is Wheels of Confusion, parentheses, including the stranger. I came to a little, you know, like Black Sabbath are like my favorite band of all time,
Sure.
right? And like I came to this like thing a week ago where I was like, you're losing touch, man. You haven't been listening to Sabbath, so I
You
just
haven't been out back on the porch.
I'm out back in the porch. It's wintertime. I need to get,
Right.
I need to get out back on the porch, man.
If there are any Led Zeppelin fans out there that we can force in the house, shoot us a message.
Right. And I just decided it was time to get out in the back porch again. So
Nice.
I've been listening, and Volume 4, that just kills me, man. So
Cool.
there we go.
Mike?
So, other than the Christmas music, which I've been jamming on, I don't want to add that to the playlist. I've mentioned a few times on the cast that my buddies and I do top X lists every day. And there's one that's actually going to be, we're going to be setting that in stone here soon. But we've had a little time to stew on it, which is top 5 riffs in songs.
Good God.
Exactly. So
Nice.
it wasn't like a day task. To come
Yeah.
up with
We
that.
should cover that on
Yeah.
the cast.
That-
I don't
and
know if it's possible.
It's been a tall drink of water for us to come up with.
I
this one.
don't know, man. I don't even know if I want to deal with that.
So I've been
God.
jamming through Every Time I Die's discography because I know that they're going to have my top riff in there.
Yeah.
And it may not be the album I'm currently on, which is Gutter Phenomenon. I'll use the song The New Black for the playlist, which is a great one, but I'm going to work my way through their whole discography, find the riff that shreds the hardest, that I dig on the most.
What
But
was it again?
The New Black, from Every Time I Die. But if we want to do that on the cast, you're just going to have to give me some time because there's so many killer riffs out there in so little time.
So that's cool.
Jay.
Hi. My pick for this week actually came by accident as of yesterday. As I was strolling through Walmart on my usual Monday jaunt
he's
to go
gonna
pick up the weekly essentials.
The Kitty Diggins. Milk and Kitty Diggins.
That's all those kids drink is milk.
Give them a little Kitty Diggins.
Something full earth jug.
Full of
bag.
earth jug bag.
And I was cruising through the CDs, which let me tell you, if you're an employee at Walmart right now in the Altoona location, you need to check your shit.
Step up your game.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy time of year to be an employee at Walmart this time of year.
I don't care.
Step up your game.
I'm looking in the Q section. I was looking for a Queen's greatest hits. I don't know why. I'm like, you know what I don't have? Queen. And I was looking and I couldn't find it because go to the Q's and there's Luke Bryan. And I'm like, I don't know a whole lot about anything, but I know how the alphabet works, and that's not even close.
A, B, C. Yeah.
But I happened to be, just kind of looking around, seeing if there was anything sticking out of place, and I saw I think Rick actually owns this. It was the David Bowie Legacy disc, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. Not a bad price. I didn't pick it up. I figured I had some other stuff I got to do that day, but it did prompt me to go and listen to it a lot last night on Spotify. So my pick this week is David Bowie's Modern Love from the Let's Dance album. It's been stuck in my head the whole way over here.
Bonus point questions.
Yeah, bonus point. Do you know who played guitar on that song?
Which
On
one?
that whole
Modern
album.
Love.
Was it Stevie Ray Vaughan?
It was Stevie Ray
Yeah.
Vaughan. Bing,
He-
bing, bing,
he
bing,
knew.
bing. He knew. I see. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I found out.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, gentlemen, I think that effectively puts a cork in this week's episode. Guys,
You sure you don't want to bump up your Singleton rating before we go?
nah, I'm good.
All right.
What about you?
I'm good where I left
And
it.
two.
We look forward to doing this show literally every week.
Hey, before we go,
Yeah.
I'm gonna commit one more thing.
What?
I'm gonna toast to our co-host here, Mikey,
Yeah,
and
please.
wish him an extremely safe and speedy recovery.
Thank you.
And I wish you
gentlemen.
nothing but the best, man. And we're really looking forward to getting back with you in a healthy and
Thank you
good
so
quality
much.
of life.
It means a
Yeah.
lot. Everyone that's expressed the same kind of thing. I really appreciate it. It's
And,
not been an easy road, but I'm looking forward to it to kind of even itself out.
Have they given you any kind of like how long you're going to be there?
What do you mean at the hospital?
Yeah.
They're keeping me overnight at least. At least.
Oh,
a
so
night.
it's not like an extended stay. Like we're not going to be able to sneak whiskey in.
I don't think so.
I did
Unless
that
something
when my-
goes bad, in which case you better hook it up to the IV.
Okay. Well, we don't want that.
I did that when my kids were born. Snuck whiskey in the hospital.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just do it anyway, even if it's.
I'm gonna go visit somebody I don't even know and be
Do
like,
that.
"Hey, man, you want some whiskey?
Just walk in. Who are you? Shush.
What are you here for? Cirrhosis? I got some whiskey.
Not the liver, right?
Not the liver, right?
Like I said, we do appreciate doing this every week for you guys. Actually, we were talking about it this afternoon. Jason's like, I hate Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but except for doing the show.
Yeah.
So we always have a good time. We're glad you're here, whether it's been from day one or day 338. We're hammering home.
30 days away almost.
Yeah, we're almost a full year. It's crazy.
It is pretty nutty.
We'd have thought 12 months ago
I wouldn't have.
that we'd be here.
Yeah.
It's
right.
kind of cool. So with that, guys, once again, thanks for joining us this week. We always have a pleasure having you. You good?
Yeah.
No? I'm done. All right. I am Jay,
I am Jason.
I am Michael.
and we are the Wednesday Night Whiskey Committee. Please listen responsibly.
Good show, mate.
Good
Good
show.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor.
You and McGregor.
You and what army? God fuckers.
What episode is this? 40.
40.
Yeah, 40, man.
Over the hill, through the woods, to Disney's house we go.
To Walt's house we go.
Oh,
We don't need a script.
we really don't.
We really don't. It's good to have.
It's
some.
good to have a plan, but I always like it when the plan goes off kilter.
It's always good when a plan goes off kilter.
Like I said, I've heard multiple times from multiple listeners that their favorite episodes are the ones where we don't have
I know.
shit.
I know. I've had a couple requests that we talk more about circumcision.
Was it that guy from Reddit?
Yeah,
That was on Reddit, yeah.
the only guy from Reddit that we pulled that week. We threw
What
him
the
out
fuck? What the fuck is this?
What the fuck? Wonderful show, guys. I shared toast to Michael. Yay!
Who's that?
That was from Rick Works.
Thanks, Rick. It really means a lot. Thanks, buddy.
Hold on here. We got some. Al says Little J Smith is a myth. Hey, what do you want?
That sounds like a rapper. Little J Smith.
It was a commercial. This is Al again. It was a commercial, a 30-second advertisement product for the Christmas theme. Oh.
Start the story and then turn off the live stream. That way it'll just really keep them chomping at the bit.
Okay, so Amy's episode, their commercial that she couldn't stand.